Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. All right, cousins, I am back. And the devil is a liar. All right, so look, this is what I'm going to do because I said I wasn't going to be doing a whole bunch of lives or not really doing lives at all, but I thought this was worth coming by here. I've been doing some research, and I'm not even going to go through all the clips and highlights and headlines and stuff that I normally do because I'm going to be here short, sweet, straight to the beat, okay? If you're present and you're ready, then you can catch you an opportunity. And the reason why I'm coming by here is to promote an opportunity for you to get yourself out of here. If this ain't the live for you, then come back to maybe another one, an AI twin, the next one I may do on prayer, something like that. But I'm giving you a way out, a simple solution. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. America is falling. There ain't nothing we can do about it. There ain't no amount of prayers we can pray. There ain't a long time of fasting we can go on. Like what has been settled, and we just got to get on board, okay? There is no amount of tongues we can pray in. There is no amount of nothing we can do except get prepared. Period, point blank. One thing that I do know, and two things is for certain, that God is not a liar. He's not a man that he should lie, nor is he the son of man that he should repent. He don't got to repent and say, oh, I shouldn't have did that. He ain't going to never lie to us, any of that, okay? He has given us so many signs that a blind man, an unalive man in the grave, Lazarus type of man, dry bones type of people can actually see what in the world is going on. And I've been doing some research. I highly admonish you all to go do some research. That ain't even what I'm here for, okay? But I do want to tell y'all the reason why I am particularly making this live. And that's simply because I did some research and was trying to figure out, like, why aren't the interest rates like being lowered? I know a lot of things that they're doing and have already prepared is being done strategically, and there are millions of people that are in the dark. And that is why, I come by when I come by to do what I do, because of the millions of people in the dark. I think that everybody should be aware of what's going on so that they can make them a wise decision, so that they can move accordingly to how they need to move, okay? I want to welcome everybody first because I just started popping it. Welcome everybody that's here to the live. If you are here for the very first time, let me know in the comments. This is my first time. I want to welcome you here. If you are somebody that already spin the block, come and sit in the chat with your girl, Dr. Worlds, then make some noise and let me know. Yeah, I'm just a cousin at this point, okay? If you didn't watch me once or twice, then we family. We related. You might as well go ahead and lock in. Also, I would ask that you would share. Reason why I'm asking that you would share is because we are, number one, up against robots. We are up against artificial intelligence. We as humans, every single day is being replaced by something artificial. Okay. And one of the reasons I'm asking you to share is because we are gathering here on an artificial platform. Simple as that. Social media is artificial intelligence. And if they don't recognize or realize by the algorithm that this is a video worth bringing to the For You page or worth sharing with somebody else, then they won't. So your engagement, your likes, your comments, your shares, your tags, your invites, however you got to share on whatever platform. I am live on 3 platforms all at one time: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as for right now. So, however you got to share on that platform, please do so. Okay. It takes literally a milli of a second to go ahead and share or to tag, copy the link. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Okay. It ain't gonna hurt you. That is the admission fee. Now back to what I was saying. Okay. There was a lot of activity happening up in Congress before they decided to say, we're going to go on vacation. We're going to close down. See y'all in 6 months type of sentiments. And then after they left, they went back into special counsel and started passing these crazy bills. I mean, ludicrous bills. And a lot of the things that we have been talking about have been, and I want y'all to hear me, don't just pop in and out of here today. Hear so you can prepare. My people, my hard-headed, stiff-necked brethren, okay? I'm talking to you specifically, but this message is generally for everybody. You always the first one to get hit and the last one to get help. And that is nobody's fault but our own. We cannot blame that on nobody else. We can't blame it on the system. We can't blame it on a group of people. We got to put the blame to where the blame belongs, and that's on us, because we have let these people do what they have been doing for centuries. Our ancestors let them do what they wanted to do with them, okay? Simple as that. And we still in 2025 is letting these people have their way with us. There are so many people. You guys, if you are not on the front line, if you ain't leading lots of people, pretty much if you aren't leading anybody, there's people in your family that you can relate to what I'm getting ready to say. But there are so many people that are going through it. One of the reasons why I showed up here is because so many people is going through it. Real life going through it. They cannot pay their bills, y'all. I showed y'all in the last live, homeless people are now the new seniors. It's just bananas. Nevertheless, I did some research because I wanted to know, why is y'all going back passing these crazy type of bills? What is really going on with y'all not wanting to lower the interest rate? 5 months, 5 different sessions, and you've kept the interest rate where it is. And it is hurting the American people. They cannot afford food. They cannot afford their bills. Like, what's up? If it's supposed to be make America great again, then what's up? And I went and found out, dug some digging, dug and did some digging. Okay. I don't know who this is. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't have the slightest idea about who this is texting my phone. And I'm going to definitely have to block them. Wow, we'll buy credit trade line next. So look, check it out. Let me put this on mute real quick. But how do I use the product of the 7,500? If I get time to show y'all here, I will. Okay. The digital package is bomb. It's already done for you. Literally, how you use it or how you sell it is just to open our mouth. That's it. There are so many people buying journals. There are so many people buying planners. So many people need to regulate their blood sugar. So many things that if I get an opportunity to go in there real quick, I will definitely go in there. Okay. But I went to go look up why the interest rates and all the things that are happening, only to find that, and I've said this a lot in times past, whenever the media brings something to our attention, it has already happened, and it's just happening to us, now, because when it really initially happened, they did not want to cause panic and pandemonium. So they kind of like slow roll this thing out. And the reason why the feds will not drop the interest rate is because they know, first of all, the tariffs have affected a lot, in our nation. And they don't want to lower the interest rates, bring the cost of goods down, and then we go on this shopping frenzy. Okay, now that the rates are lower, we go on this shopping frenzy. We start pumping out more money into the economy than the economy could put back into the economy. Then that's where you get outrageous inflation. So the reason why they don't want to drop it is because not only the tariffs, but you also have global leaders pulling out their securities, pulling out their money from the United States. They already know what's happening, and we don't. We're the last to find out. So they're saying if we pull out too fast and then rates go all the way up, you cause this big old boom, because that's what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. It happened in 2020. When they start giving PPP and start giving EDD and start giving all this big money, then you had the economy flooded with all of this money, and there was not enough production to put it out. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But why wouldn't they have enough production to put it back into the economy? Production meaning people going into the workforce, matching the money that is being spent. The feds is the one that got to print the money. We, the consumers, is the one who spend the money, but we also, the consumers, is not working. So we can't match the same energy. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Hopefully it ain't over nobody's head and everybody is kind of following along to understand what I'm saying. We lost 25,000 jobs in July. You got the migrants being taken back. It's causing shortages, food shortages, labor shortages, because the immigrants are being shipped back. So you don't have them out there working in the fields for $5 and $6, $8, okay? You don't have us, the Hebrews, you know what I'm saying, out there working customer service. Those type of jobs have been replaced. One AI agent can do the work of 4,000 human beings. One AI agent. And now people are building these things for businesses, and businesses are saying, hey, this saves me money. And this helps me get my work done without me having to hire 4,000 men and women to do this. I can do this in under an hour with one AI agent. So 25,000 jobs last month was lost. The month before that, we were supposed to have 117,000 new jobs. We only had 14,000. The month before that, we were supposed to have 80-something thousand jobs. We only had 7,000. Okay? I'm at work now as nurse, no aides, no one to care for patients. There you go. There you go. Okay? You have a real life witness in the chat testifying. There is not a lot of jobs for people. So that is causing panic and pandemonium. And that's why Ray Dalio, the billionaires, are saying, man, we finna go down. They're telling us, take your money out of this and go invest it in gold, and go invest it in stocks, and go invest it in crypto. They're telling us for a reason. Whenever mainstream media begins to broadcast it, it's already too late. The damage has been done before we could even see it. So my brothers and my sisters, y'all play with this if y'all want to. I'm just a voice in the wilderness. That's it. I'm not here for everybody, and that's cool. I wish I could be. My heart is big enough to want to help all, okay? To put other people before I put my own selfish thoughts and needs, to make sure that everybody's family got something, to not be selfish and self-centered and say, me and my family will be okay and the rest of them won't. I can't even sleep at night thinking about something like that. I really can't. I wouldn't be able to enjoy my day, enjoy my life, knowing that millions of Americans And this does not just affect Americans, but I live in America and you live in America. So I'm talking to Americans, but this will affect global markets, global economies. This will affect a lot of people on a large scale. We are in so much debt that we are now printing our own money to pay our own debt, which is devastating. And then you have these other foreign leaders coming out saying, we're taking away our bonds. Bonds are surety to say, look, no matter what's going on in your economy, we trust in it enough and we are securing a bond and we are securing a security to be your ally. Those are not even good anymore. And one of the biggest investors, China, has pulled out over, I want to say they said 70% of their bonds from America. We are in for a whirlwind, friends. I can't tell you anything else but to prepare yourself. If you do now, you will thank you later. When it really, really falls and collapses, the only thing there is to do, and y'all hear me clearly, the only thing there is to do at this point is to reset this country. And the reason why they need to reset this country is so that they can still be the super global power that they have always been. And that is the main goal. They know we are in too much debt, way too much debt. We would have to catch up for decades to be, like at an equal playing field. Because right now we're not. On the war front, financial front, none of that. All of this digital assets, it's already been done in China, in Korea, in a lot of different places. They have already stabilized their country. They have already implemented. I think I sent something to myself and I said I was not going to, but I want to see if I can find this real quick. If not, I'm going to definitely share it with y'all on another time. But if I can find it now, this would be nice. I found it. Hold on. Let me see if I can send it to myself. Excuse me. Okay, let me pull it up over here because I just want y'all to see how far ahead of us they are. And this is what this really is about, okay? Let me get it over here real quick. And this is probably going to be the only headline I show because I come by here and show all kind of headlines, but I just want y'all to see this. All right, hold on. And this is exactly what it is. This is a pretty lengthy video, but I just want to show y'all the first couple of minutes, maybe a minute or so of this. Okay, not long, but it explains what it needs to explain in the first beginning. That's for sure. Let me just finish waiting for it to load. There we go. Here we go. You turn this around so y'all can see. This is what this race and all of this stuff that we see happening. This is what this is. Okay, this is what this is and why.
The race to the future. China. Our journey begins here. Today we'll visit the most important and largest cities in China and witness the revolution in technology and robotics, factories, laboratories, robots. Today we'll see firsthand what's known as the race to the future. But the bigger question is, can China surpass America?
Elon Musk.
Today we'll explore this intense rivalry and see China from the inside. China today isn't just about factories and cheap goods. China is a factory of ideas and minds building the future. This is China. This is a nightmare for Tesla.
Chinese car maker BYD.
China!
This is Shenzhen, a city that was a small fishing village just decades ago.
I don't know why it's going slow, but I'm going to try to run it back one more time, and hopefully it doesn't pause 60 seconds or less. You see it. China shocks America. Humanoid robots, smart cities, and supercars. I want y'all to pay
The race to the future.
graphic.
China. Our journey begins here. Today we'll visit the most important and largest cities in China and witness the revolution in technology and robotics, factories, laboratories, robots. Today we'll see firsthand what's known as the race to the future. But the bigger question is, can China surpass America?
Elon Musk.
Today we'll explore this intense rivalry and see China from the inside. China today isn't just about factories and cheap goods. China is a factory of ideas and minds building the future.
I'm going to stop it there. But this is what this whole entire race is about. And this is why literally what we have been accustomed to, what we have been our way of life and what we're used to doing will not be the same. And there is nothing that we can do about it but get on board. There is nothing we can do about it but get on board. And I'm not talking about, just bowing your knee down to Baal and you just accepting what it is. Hello, Jamaica. You just accepting what it is for what it is. No, I'm saying that you need to get prepared to get out of that system. China is already Buzz Lightyears way ahead of America. Those 4 years that we had in between then and now really set us back, like decades back. Because when 2020 happened to the world, that was how China emerged from that situation. With technology, with robotics, with 15-minute cities, with social credit scoring system, we've been behind. These are the ones investing in Africa and investing in different parts of, the world, taking their money away from us. Why? Because they already got what they need. They already got what they need. They already have their super cities, their flying vehicles. They already have all of that. And so now what we're witnessing here is a power struggle. Donald Trump is 100% a businessman. What he cares about is business. And he's very prideful. He does not like to lose. So this is a battle of power. But we, the people, are going to be the pawns on the board game. Literally. They won't lower the interest because it will definitely harm us. We will start pumping out money and pumping out money that we can't put back. And we're already borrowing money up the yin yang. Why? I don't know. We print money. So I don't even know why we should have to borrow money. But we're greedy. We want to have our hands in everything. Okay, we want our flags over here and station over here. We want oil over here. We want raw mineral over here. So we are in debt real bad. And I shared with y'all the last time I was here that they were literally asking us, the American people, to make Venmo payments to the Department of Treasury to help with the budget. that we did not cause, but yet it's still sending more military aid, missiles, and all of this stuff that is bankrupting us. My only job, my only purpose is not to glorify or highlight what they're doing, but to point to what they're doing so you can see with your eyes what you need to be doing. Because their agenda is not, inclusive of you and your family at all. That's why your position is to make sure that I do what me and mine's, will depend on. That's my job. That's not the government's job. That's not the government's job. And if you are a believer, it's really, really, I have been weeping in my spirit because I'm like, what has happened to the kingdom? We're supposed to be reigning and ruling. We are complicit in building the very beast system that will turn around and bite us all. And yet we don't have anything at all. It's our fault we don't have any platforms. That if these people want to show us any manner of evil, they can. If they want us to compromise, then they will have us we don't own any platforms. There ain't nowhere that we can go and say, if you guys don't want us in here or you guys don't want to give us this, that we can actually revolt and actually go have our own stuff. We don't have that. America could be on the same level as China, but we're too busy making billionaire richer at the expense of the common American. So let me bring some clarity to that because we are good with that, okay? And I'm just going to use Brother Robert's comment as an example, okay? Brother Robert, don't nobody got to stay foot on your neck, not the billionaires. If you want to know the difference between you and a billionaire, is that they work. And they know loopholes, and they got in the game to play the game. They're not just sitting by watching what people are saying and not doing what people are telling them to do. That's facts. How do I know? I'm in circles with them. I used to have that same mindset, especially when I didn't want to do anything, especially when I had the mindset to feel like y'all owe us something because y'all brought our ancestors over here. As long as I stayed stuck in that mindset, I stayed broke. And I stayed in poverty because I was looking for somebody to blame it on, okay? You might have did that then, but you can't do that now unless you have my permission. You might have played games and played tricks on my ancestors, but you can't do that now. Why? Because I have too many tools and different things of that sort surrounding me to give me knowledge and to give me resources. So that don't fly with me. I've seen billionaires grind, baby. I've seen billionaires do what 99% don't want to do. I've seen them get up at 3 o'clock in the morning while the world is sleeping, and they get up and they promote their business. I've seen them get up and sit in the quiet time and start working on their craft. I've seen them take their money and not buy stupid stuff, not wear stupid taxes, but actually take their money and make their money make money. Why do they become billionaires? You think they work to become billionaires? No. They invested themselves to billionaire status. That's the only way you can ever get to millionaire and billionaire and trillionaire status is through investments. They know what we don't know. And that's why I show up here for our people, because that really bothers me. It get under my skin that so many people have that mentality that they're not taking nothing. They live tax-free. Why? Because they know the law. And not only do they know the law, they apply the law. They know if I take my money that I work for and I pay taxes on that, right? And then I go put it into an investment property, right? And then my investment property, the taxes that they was going to charge me because I invested in this corporation, because I am thinking like a corporation, and I invested into maybe buying affordable housing, or I would have to put butts and seats to manage my property management. I am giving back to society. I get a tax break. When I invest, and this is for anybody who's ever bought any programs or anything from me, at the end of the year, when you file taxes, I don't care if it was a $50 program, a $997 program, you can take that. The biggest tax break that you will ever receive in your life is education. Investing into you. If you learn how to use AI, that's education. If you learn how to start a business, if you learn how to build business credit, if you learn how to buy real estate, if you learn anything that teaches you, that is an investment. It's a tax write-off. So that is how billionaires get billionaires. They invest. Warren Buffett is a real estate billionaire. Ray Dalio is a billionaire because he invests. Right? Stock market investing, real estate investing, precious metals investing, however they got to invest. I just showed y'all that the banks, the very banks that you and I go and put our money in, take our money and then go invest it in life insurance, cash value life insurance policies. And all we can say was, wow. What? All we can say is, wow. It's a damn shame. How about you say, no, I'm not going to put my money in another bank. If they can take my money and go and invest it, I can take my money and go and invest it too. We all take risks. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But that don't stop us from taking risks. When we were little, learning how to ride a bike, we didn't get on that bike and just nail it the first time. No, we got on that bike and we failed. We got hurt. We bruised up our knees. We broke bones, but we got back on that bike and we rode that bike until we could ride that bike without training wheels, without any assistance. We kept on falling to get up and perfect what needed to be perfected. Simple as that. When you had a bad date or a bad relationship, you didn't say, I'm done with dating. They scammed me. They wasn't real. What? You in another relationship. You trying to banish that old bad relationship with another relationship. But when it comes to common sense, when it comes to sitting down, evaluating, how did we get here? Why are we here? And how are we going to get out? Those are the three questions. We got here because you hijacked our minds. Because I can never understand how just a few colonizers was able to enslave that many dang on people and get away with it. I can never, ever, God gonna have to show me that in heaven because I still don't understand. I don't understand how 12 guards, 24 guards, maybe 36 at the most, can actually run and keep a prison of 3,600 people, 4,800 people in a facility under their control. I never understand it. It's more of them than it is of y'all. So the first place they got to us is in our mind. We don't own nothing. We don't own no media. So ain't nobody can get up there and tell us the truth without trying to be silenced. You know? We don't own no platforms. We don't own our own broadcast and anything. We don't own our own banks. We don't own anything at all. And then we got the nerve, and this ain't going off on nobody in particular. This is straight up truth, not the T, but the T. Catch that with two hands. T for truth, not T to sip. I'm not mad at no millionaire because like you was a millionaire, I became a millionaire. But what made me a millionaire was not money. It was my mindset. Because once I hit 100,000, I'm like, I'm going to do 200. Once I hit 200,000, I was like, I got to do 300. Once I got to 300,000, I was like, I got to get to 500,000. Once I got to 500, it was 750. It was my own mental challenge. Just to see how much I can get, how far I can go. And I did not stop until I hit my goal that I wanted to hit. Now I'm off to the next one. $1 million is a lot to somebody who ain't got it. But the moment you get $1 million, you're like, what's next? I need 1.5 million. You hit 1.5 million, you be like, okay, that's not enough money. I did that. I need to do 2 million. I need to become a multi-millionaire. So that is how billionaires, okay? Please don't buy into that lie. That's a cop-out for Black folk, minority folk, to stay on these handouts. You see how they giving all the tax breaks to the rich people and then y'all don't get anything? That's why we're on the scene, to help y'all. You need Social Security. You need Section 8. You need food stamps. Yeah, you need to keep the man out of the house. You need laws. You need your guns taken away from you. All of this foolishness. Because that's what it is. They use that to sell us this lie to keep us entangled. Y'all can't sit around me like that with that type of mindset. I know the possibilities, okay? I didn't go to no college. I did, but it was a community college and it wasn't for, nothing that I'm doing right now at all. Liberal arts and science. And to be honest with you, my mind was so messed up. I was like, let me just go to school so I can get some financial aid to help me out with all these kids that I didn't have, okay? Because my welfare ain't enough. Can I be truthful? Because I don't mind telling on myself, and I don't mind telling the truth. I only went to school to get financial aid, and when they offered me student loans, I was like, oh yeah, it's a come up. Me and my kids going to Magic Mountain off the student loan. Stupid. Y'all turn the air on? It was the dumbest decision because I put myself in debt for life doing that. Mindset. So these people ain't got their foot on nobody neck. I see white and blacks become millionaires. I see white and blacks become billionaires. My mentor is about to be a billionaire. He's already done $1 million months. He do that for 12 months straight. He already a billionaire, okay? And he's teaching other people how to be a multi-millionaire. And guess what? It ain't none of his money. Because it ain't never walked how much money you worth. And you just got bricks and bags of cash. What billionaire or millionaire do you see flashing big stacks and wads of cash? None. Because they're not rich in paper. They rich in assets. Where your money at? In dirt. Where your money at? In bricks, in mortar, in real estate. Where your money at? In precious metals. I own gold. I own my own mining company. I own silver. You don't never see them walking around with no racks of money. Hey, what's up? Like they ain't got nothing. You only see our people doing that stupid stuff because they ain't never got no money before. And when they get that little money, they mess it up. Why? Because they ain't never had none before. So they go out and consume all their money and not invest. We can't be mad at nobody. It's our fault. You can't sit around me with that type of mentality. I ain't blaming nobody. Ain't nobody got their foot on my neck. Not a single person. Not Donald Trump. Not Joe Biden. I am in this world. I am not of this world, okay? If anybody got their foot on their neck, it's my Savior got his foot on this serpent neck, okay? And he telling me what I need to do to keep my foot on his neck. I've given you all power to tread upon lions and serpents and scorpions and over all the works of the enemy. Ain't nobody got their foot on my neck. The devil is a liar. When I gave my life to Christ, I became a new man. I'm free, and I can do all things, all, not some. Anything I put my mind to, as a man thinketh, so is he. Anything I put my mind to. Anything I put my mind to, I can have and I can do. And I'm supposed to be building the kingdom here on earth. But you can't do that broke. But Satan is out here building his kingdom. And we sitting back talking about, wow, we can't have that. Look at what they're doing. They're stopping us. Ain't nobody stopping you. Your mind is stopping you. Tell the truth. Your messed up mindset is stopping you because ain't nobody stopping you. You got 17-year-olds out here living better than 60-year-olds. Straight up. You got young people out here doing way bigger, better things with tools because older people are stuck in their ways, especially Hebrews. Talking about melanated folks. Stuck in your ways. If you say a catfish got 5 teeth and you've been used to a catfish having 2 teeth. No, man, that catfish got 2 teeth. Now they got 5 teeth now, bro. Now they got 2 teeth, bro. I bet you they be willing to beat you down because they so stuck in their stuff. And neither party, we're going to put the blame on anybody. We're going to put the blame on us. And neither party gave a mother Franklin hot dog about us, okay? Not about us at all. Just one party is a little bit more linear than the other. Okay. One party wants you to get up and go to work and go see what it's like to work for your own, have your own, be your own. And the other party wants you begging and on handouts. Simple as that. We don't need all of that stuff. What have that stuff got us? I watched my grandmother. I wasn't there when she was born, but she was born in poverty from the stories. I watched her live in poverty. When she died in poverty. My grandmother that just passed away, okay, didn't leave nothing but a couple of, let me shut up. You don't even have a clue. And you had all that years to make your mark on the earth. And nobody knows how you did it, what you went through. Nobody knows anything because you didn't leave anybody anything like that. Okay? You left people with how to bury you and where you wanted to be buried and all of this stuff. Okay? That's what you left them with, but you didn't leave them with no will. This is how I accumulated this house. This is what I want my grandchildren to get into real estate. And I want them to fix their credit. And I want them to keep up my house. Okay. And I want them to be able to go and pull money out of this trust. What? If my grandparents had done things the right way, they would have had a $5 million life insurance policy. Cash value life insurance policy. So when they passed away, our trust would have $5 million in it, and everybody equally could be distributed that money. And then everybody inside of that trust mandatorily has to have a life insurance policy so that when they pass, the trust is replenished, and that is how you keep generational wealth. Don't even think about blaming nobody else. Our own people failed us. Our own people. Even the ones still living around here, Jesse Jackson, Slick Ballhead, Benjamin Crumb, Al Sharpton, Snake, Snake Oil, bootlicking, all of these fake leaders who will get out there and act like they care, but won't even put back into your community. They'll get out there and take from the people. Yeah, we got to get out here and boycott Target. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, what store are you finna take them to, Mr. Sharpton? You don't even got one store. You've been in politics for a very long time. You should at least have a store. If you're going to tell them to boycott Target, you should have took them to a store that they can actually go in and shop. That sounds stupid because they was going to take their money and go put it at another white man's store. Makes no sense. We can't blame nobody but ourselves. We, especially melanated people, we spend let me pull it up on the screen so y'all can see it. Nobody lying and playing no games. All right, here we go. It's a lot of money. We got the nerve to be sitting up here talking about, listen. Now put the blame on where it need to go to. Period, point blank on us. Okay? In 2025. Now I want y'all to read this with me. In 2025, African American consumer ain't nothing about investing in this at all. We just consume. We want to look good, smell good, feel good, and be rottenly broke in the inside. Consumer spending is projected to reach $1.98 trillion. This figure reflects a steady increase in the economic influence of the Black community in the United States, driven by population growth, rise in incomes, and increased access to education and jobs. Okay, the Black consumer market is expected to surpass 1.98 trillion by 2025, according to the Selig Center of Economic Growth. Black Wall Street, 1.9 trillion Black buying power in 2025. How much money do African Americans spend a year? Okay, so now we didn't went into from 2024 of spending 1.6 trillion to spending 1.98 trillion, and we don't own no land, and we don't own no banks, and we don't own no schools, and we don't own no grocery stores, we don't own no platforms, we don't own no warehouses, we don't own a diggity dang thing, and got the nerve to say it's somebody else's fault. Where? I will wait. Because we have the lowest when it comes to the financial household of African Americans. Now, you see how much money we spend in the economy. Now, peep this. Take this out. African American overall savings in 2025. This is going to shock y'all. We spend 1.6 trillion, okay? Based on recent report, Black Americans continue to face challenges. I wonder why. In saving for retirement despite income growth. I wonder why. With a significant wealth gap persistent at all income levels, baby, we ain't even on the record. I need to see a graph. Okay? I want to see a graph. Yeah. Something like this. Y'all see this? Median emergency savings, white family, 12,000, Black families, 2,000. Now, how we pumping out all that money and we this low? Oh, y'all quiet as hell in the comments. I wonder why. Y'all quiet as hell in the comments. 2,100. Section 8 is gone. Medicaid is gone. Food stamps is gone. Every assistance that you can think about is gone. And it is expiring. You got this much time to get off our program and get out there to work. They say the migrants who've been flown back, the people on Medicare and Medicaid will be out there in the fields in order to get Medicaid and Medicare. We barely got 2,000. I guarantee you we ain't even got that. I guarantee you we ain't even got that. Let's blow this up, okay? Population. We got 37 million, okay? In 2010. 37 million. In 2000, we had 34 million. We only 12.3% of the population. Probably lesser than that if you count up all the abortions, if you count up all of the unaliving from Black on Black crime, if you count up those that's incarcerated, it's probably lower than that. So if that is the case, why? Let's see how much money they spend on hair. Y'all already know I come with receipts. Don't ever challenge me. Be like, why you can't give me nothing for free? This is the main reason I don't give my folks a damn thing for free. Do you hear me? I'm not giving you anything for free. I will offer you a discount, okay? But I'm not giving you anything for free. You ain't giving, Michael Courier ain't giving you nothing for free. The beauty supply store ain't giving you nothing for free. The Hindus at the smoke shop ain't giving you nothing for free. The Caucasians in the education department ain't giving you nothing for free. If the hood so broke, y'all ask yourself this. If the hood is so broke, why do everybody and their mama go to the hood to get rich? If the hood is so broke, why do everybody and their mama go to the hood to get rich? Chinese is going to set up hair stores. Number one, nail shops. Number two, Hindus is going to set up smoke shops. Number three, other Hindus are going to set up 7-Eleven shop. Number four, essays is going to come in there with get your tire fixed at a discounted price. You can get you some used tires. They going to come in like that, right? But we so poor. They going to send money back to Mexico, money back to China, money back to Islam, money back to Pakistan, money back to wherever, right? Right from out of our hood. If the hood is so poor, why is the abortion clinics in our neighborhoods? They're not in wealthy neighborhoods. It's a money grab over there. Now let's see. Black women. Ooh, I'm talking to y'all. Black women are significant consumers in the hair care market, with Black consumers as a whole dominated the ethnic hair and beauty aids category. Some reports suggest African Americans spent past tense $473 million on hair care in 2017. But let's ask how much they just spent in 2025. Okay, because we had a pandemic and all of this stuff, right? We had a pandemic and all this stuff. Baby, our overall spending in the beauty industry, including hair care, was projected to reach $10.2 billion in 2024. This makes me want to gag. Yeah, I'm not giving nobody no discounts. You understand me? Do you know what they're doing? You see what they're doing over there in China with our dollars? They country popping. AI, everything. Kids smarter than ours. You notice that their kids can't watch the same things that our kids get to watch over here? Our kids get to watch entertainment. Those kids have to watch things that make them create ideas. So why, if they, if the hood is so poor, why they drop all the fentanyl and all of that stuff in our communities? Because we are consumers. Now, last thing I want to say, because I said I wasn't going to show y'all no receipts, but Brother Robert, you took me on one today, okay? I still love you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I am commanded to tell you the truth. If I tell you anything else, God gonna hold me accountable. And I love you enough to be one of them cousins that tell you the truth. Okay? I may hurt your feelings. You may get offended with my truth, but the truth is the truth, and the truth will make us free. I don't ever want you to think, yeah, this is where the money is going to the billionaire. No, it's not. I'm showing you visual where the money going to in our community. So we can stop being parrots and repeating that. I'm the first one in my family did $1 million. You understand me? And you can be the first one in yours too if you stop playing. Ain't nobody looking out for no. When I realized that they wasn't giving us nothing was right at the pandemic. They didn't care to give us nothing. They wanted us begging while they was down there in Congress debating if they was going to give us a $1,200 rebate. I said, hell no, I will make my own rebate. I'll make my own PPP. I made my own PPP money. That's why I didn't go get in. No, I'm going to make my own. The hell? I wish I would sit up on a phone and call y'all and beg y'all and all of that stuff. I wish the hell I would. Because now you got me in a slave position. I'm a ruler. I'm a king. I'm the daughter of a king. I will not be down like a peasant begging you on no phone for no $1,200. The devil is a liar. And so is his whoever else hang with him. They all liars. You understand me? Never, ever, ever, ever will I give you that power. Never. I'm not going to give you that type of control over me because you another mere man. I'm not giving you no control over me. I'm not even going to voice that out of my mouth that, oh, yeah, you know what? They got something over us. No, the hell they don't. They only got over us what you done gave them over us. I don't care who you is, and I tell God all the time, thank you for never letting me have these type of encounters. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you try to be a Karen on me, it's going to be all bad. I'm going to tell everybody now. I'm not one of them superficial, religious, hypocritical Christians. I am a kingdom ambassador. That ever happened on my watch. I'm going to go ahead and handle what I need to handle. Cameras out, I don't care. Y'all can see it on World Star. It don't matter. I'm telling you firsthand, right here, right now, because you will never be able to treat me how I don't want to be treated. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care your gender. It doesn't matter. You are not a man in authority over me. Okay? And you're not a woman in authority over me. I have a master, I have a father, and I have a guide. Simple as that. And if he owns everything in this world, baby, you can't even tell me no. Because if you do tell me no, I'm going to go back and tell my daddy, your words say that you own all of this. And they told me no. So how I'm going to get it? Y'all better ask my husband. He don't be on here a lot talking to y'all, but y'all better ask my husband about me. You can't tell me no, and I'm just going to sit there and take that. It might mean next one, or it might mean next opportunity, but it don't mean that I can have that. That's not what that means. You don't own this. And the things that I'm going after is going after ownership. I'm taking back what you devils thought you took from us, which was ownership. When God put us here, he gave us ownership, not rentership, not consumership. Let's look at what that means. And I ain't yelling at nobody, but I get real spicy and fired up about this because people perish for a lack of knowledge. And our people been perishing for a long dang on time. We the first to get hit and the last to get help. And we be like, oh, can they just help us now? What for? They done gave your ancestors, did all kind of experiments on them. Syphilis, sterilization. What? You still trust them? You ain't even got your homestead. You ain't even got your 40 acres and a mule. Every time they want to do something, they want to do it against you first. And you're the last one to get help. Why in the Hades would you ever keep going back to a system that entangled you? Why? Let's look at this word. Did y'all turn the air on? Because I'm hot. Maybe it's just the Holy Ghost over here. I don't know. Let's see this. Okay? Because they kept saying African Americans consume. African Americans are the biggest consumer. Let's see what the hell consumer means. A person who purchases goods for service or personal use. You cannot get no return off no consumption. You cannot get no, what you consume, I consume this drink. I'm not finna get nothing but a burp, okay? I consume this water. I'm not finna get nothing but a quench, okay? My thirst quench. I consume social media. I'm not doing nothing but get entertained. That's what consumerism is. A person or thing that eats or uses something. Ain't that something? When did God say, take over I'm going to put you in the earth and I want you to consume it? Tell me what scripture is that? Especially if y'all are believers. Tell me what scripture did God say, hey, go in the earth. Be consumers. Don't be fruitful. Just eat up everything. Purchasers, buyers, customers, shoppers, users. But now let's see what investors are. Okay? Because this is what makes investors and consumers set apart. Okay. An investor is an individual, company, or fund that allocates financial capital with the expectation of generating a future financial return or gaining an advantage. Investors typically purchase various assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and other securities with the aim of profiting from change in the value over time. Something we don't do. Something we don't do. We asking God for more money for what? To keep eating? No, you're already big. You're already thicker than a Snicker. You don't need anything else to eat. I give seed to the sower, not seed to the eater. You're eating your seed. You asking me for money? Oh, I don't know what to do. I need more money. Go cut down a tree. Okay? Go buy you some dirt. Go plant you a seed. Go cut you some roses off. Be producive, because I told you to be producive. I gave you everything you need. I gave you a brain. I gave you a mouth. I could have gave that to the birds or to the dogs. I gave it to you. Why aren't you using the resources? Well, I don't have no money. Baby, I would have stood on the corner all night long with some taco plates. You understand me? Tacos, refried beans, and rice. $5 plates. You can never tell me you don't have no money. You can never tell me you don't have no money. No, you don't have money to invest, but you sure got money to consume. You a consumer. And a consumer ain't good nothing. For, a fatted calf is good for nothing but the slaughter. You can't do nothing with a fatted calf. You can't do nothing with a fatted calf but kill it. You're just so full up on consumption. You just burping up Cardi B, burping up P. Diddy, burping up Donald Trump. You just burping up The View, burping up all of this foolishness. Stuff that can't even help you. Burping up football. Stuff can't help you. These people don't even know you. You sit over there mad and broke off of people who don't even know you. What? You won't go read no book? You won't go read no book? No, that's boring, bro. I don't want to read no book. I bet you don't. You like being broke in your mind, because if you knew anything about wealth or accumulating money, the very first thing that you would attack is your mindset. That's why I have programs and mentorships that attack your mind, because you can never, ever get more than what your mind will let you. Notice how when you go consume, you be like, yeah, I want that double Wendy's burger. And I want me a large fry. Supersize it. The devil will tell you, supersize that thing. Get that thing big. But the moment you say, I'm going to take $47 or $97 to go learn how to code or to go learn a little better about AI, here comes Satan. Now, you know you can't afford that. You know you got this bill over here. You know you got that bill over there. You know that might be a scam. Whole time, your whole life, you've been getting scammed by Satan and his system. You go to work, that's a scam. They want you to go to school, that's a scam. Education is supposed to be free, but it's really not free. You go there to get a degree, to get a career, to pay them back their money. That's a scam. And then they want you to go and get a career and work up the ladder, right? Never, ever be a boss, but be an employee and stay one. You can work your way up the ladder. You can become supervisor, manager, but you'll never become owner. You just work right on up there on that ladder, okay? And then the money that we're going to pay you, we're going to get it back anyway. We're going to charge you for rent because you don't own anything. We're going to charge you to rent a vehicle pretty much because you think that car payment or that car is really your car until you miss 3 months worth of payments. Then we go take it back from you and resell it to somebody else, okay? Then we give you inflation. We give you a half bag of chips for full price. You get half air, half bag of chips, but you pay full price. So you ain't gonna miss nothing out there, okay? Our gas, we got taxes on gas, taxes on insurance, taxes on hot dogs, taxes to park on our street, especially if you live in certain places like California, okay? You got taxes everywhere. Everything is a scam. You work for 40 years, for 40 hours. every single week. Okay? And then you retire on 40%. That is a scam. When you retire on 40%, you can't leave your kid nothing. What you gonna leave your kids? What you gonna leave your kids? Ask yourself that. Oh, I love my kids. Shut your lying behind up. You don't love your kids. You out here thinking they need to look fly with Jordans. My kids get books. When I'm dead and I don't wake up, you still gonna have something paying for you as if I was here. You may miss me in the flesh, but you ain't gonna never miss me financially. Ever. Because my job as being a real mother is to make sure when I'm gone, you say the Bible says it. A wise man, a wise woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children. You leave in debt. You leave in destruction. You leave in bad credit. Your kids would not want to trade places with you financially right now, which is a clear indicator you should do something better. Let me tell you how bad. Let me show you how backwards our people is. Yeah, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna offer y'all some opportunities. Then I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all would rather come over here and watch me and be like, "Oh, what's she talking about over there?" And never ever pull the trigger. And when that thing hit up on y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, straight up. God help me keep a filter on my mouth, because you know I'm real raw and I'm uncut. Your urgency or your lack of preparedness does not warrant an urgency in my life. Do you understand me? I have been out here laboring for over 5 to 6 years in the business field, spiritually for over 11, 12 years for free 99. I have been over here telling people, you go back and look at any of my memories from 15 years ago, my language has not changed. They thought Noah was a plumb fool because he told them, repent and get your butt in the ark of safety for 40 years before there was ever any lick of water thinking about coming down. Oh, he's still over there building that? What a bozo. He's still over there building that, talking about it's going to rain. Man, it ain't going to rain. This dude is a clown. Up until that first drop came, then they're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? No, baby, your lack of preparedness does not warrant at all an emergency in my life. If I come by here, you better believe that God sent me to you. And if you I turn the cheek, I turn the face. I don't want that help because it don't look like what you asked for. You asking God, I need more money, and then He sends somebody your way, say, hey, look, this is the way to get more money. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. This is not Burger King. This is the kingdom. It's not Burger King. Well, I can't do that. Yeah, you can do all things. You don't want to do it. You're comfortable. And comfortability always leads to casualties. Just in case y'all didn't know, type that in the chat. Comfortability leads to casualties. They never, ever take a comfortable soldier to war. Bro, you're going to get us all took out. Comfortability leads to casualties. The biggest nation in the world. Somebody put it in the chat if you know. What is the biggest nation in the world? What is the biggest nation in the world? Y'all hurry up and put that in the chat. What is the biggest nation in the world? If you know it, tell me in the chat. Okay? What is the biggest nation in the world? And there's a lot of people live in this nation. A lot of people live in this nation. So this should be easy. Comfortability leads to casualty. Straight up. You're going to get taken out being comfortable. It says 7 things does the Lord hate. 6 things does the Lord hate. 7 is an abomination. Anybody know what the 7 deadly sins is? Because one of them has to do with sloth, which also is disguised as laziness. Okay. Anybody know what is the biggest nation on planet Earth? Because I'm going to tell you, these are 6 things, the 7 deadly sins. And one of them is about what I'm about to tell you. America is the biggest nation? Nope. Good guess, though. Thank you for the participation. America's not the biggest nation. Y'all come on. I want to make sure my people know, okay? When I ask you questions, it ain't to make you look shame. I want to make sure you know, so you without excuse. When you stand before the Almighty God, you ain't going to be able to say, I didn't know, because he sent people like myself. I'm not the only one. He sent people like me. So there's more than Marwetta watching. What is the biggest nation on planet Earth? Y'all don't take too long. That takes 30 seconds. Let me know. What is the biggest nation on planet Earth? And lots of people live there. I'll take one more answer. It's not Africa. Good choices. But it's not. One more of y'all before we move on. And I'm going to tell y'all. One more guess. What is the biggest nation? And I really need my people to know this. Land mass or population? China. Okay, I got 4 of y'all. The biggest nation on earth is, you went and Googled that. See, I like that. I like how you went and Googled that, but that's not the biggest nation. The biggest nation on earth is procrastination. Yeah, procrastination is the biggest nation on earth. And there are a lot of people that live on it. There are people that die. The White House is not the richest. Hollywood is not the richest. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. It is full of people who procrastinated. I'll put it off to tomorrow. I'll get to it next week. Yeah, when I get my check next week, as if you are God and you get to dictate how long you get to live, and you don't. Procrastination is the biggest nation on planet Earth. Don't ever forget that. A lot of people sit there. This is where dreams die. You know how many rich people in the cemetery? They did. They ran out of time. You know how many? The second biggest place that is wealthy on planet Earth is the prison system. So the cemetery and the prison is the biggest. Now, you don't got to steal it. You can have it. I want you to never, ever forget it. Don't ever forget. The biggest nation on planet Earth is procrastination. And the richest place on earth is the cemetery. Second richest place on earth is the prison system. A lot of untapped potential. A lot of people who procrastinated. I'm going to do this instead of doing that. And now they ain't got no time to do nothing. They deader as a doorknob. You understand? You must work while it is day, for when night cometh, no man can work. Period. And the reason why I brought up the biggest nation on planet Earth being procrastination is because God hates that demon called sloth, which is also called procrastination. He hates it so much that he will send people to hell. And there's not a lot of people talking about hell. Some people don't believe in hell, and I don't care if you believe in it or not. It's real. And we're going to fool around and find out at the end. That's all I'm going to say. I wish I would argue a devil down. No, ain't no hell. It is a hell. No, it ain't no hell. I almost went there. Okay, July 28th, 2002. I almost went there. I know for sure it's real. If I don't know nothing else. That's why you can't pay me to do wrong, because I know what's right. However, we're going to talk about this parable real quick, just to let you know, okay, that people who procrastinate and play around go to hell, period. I put you here to do me, not you. You can have fun along the way doing you, but you better do me. You better do what I put you here. If I put you in that dysfunctional family, I called you to be the disruptor in that dysfunctional family and bring some functionality back to that dysfunctional family. You keep crying and asking me why you was a part of. I did it for Joseph. Joseph, all of his brothers was jealous. Okay? I did it for him. And then turn around and use him to save all of his dang on family. Well, I don't know why you put me in this messed up family. Why you gave me that last name to change what it meant. God says I look for one out of each generation to raise up one out of each generation to raise up and to break the chains and be the curse breaker. I choose one. Okay? So let's go to the parable of the talents. It says to one, he said, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what it said because I know the story. It says a wise man went off to a long journey. He was going away for a very long time. Then he called all his servants together and put them in control of his stuff. You know how you be like, this is my money. You a lying wonder. That's not your money. God gave it to you to do something with it. It's not yours. Well, I work for it. He woke you up to work for it. He gave you the strength to work for it. He gave you that gift that you didn't pay for to work for it. Okay? It's his. It's not yours. And he gave it to you to do something with it purposeful. Now, check it out. It said he go and he put his servants in charge of all of his possessions. And as soon as he gave the one 5, he took off and made his money work for him. And as soon as he gave the one 3, he took off and made his money work for him. And the one that he gave 1, he went off and set Lazy Larry on his. And said, yeah, I'll just set this right here and set on it and keep it safe and nice and comfortable. When he come back, nobody would have touched it. It'd be in same great shape. I give him right back what he gave me. And the Lord said, you wicked, lazy servant. Let's look at it real quick, okay? I don't care if you like Bible study or not. You're going to get this work over here to there. You can get up off my line. That's how I feel. I'm not playing with nobody. It's my social media house. I'm going to share with you the scripture. And just in case, for those who got stories and books inside of them, the Lord rebukes you too. Okay? The Lord rebukes you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you didn't have anything, God gave you a story. Look at all them cockroaches that didn't win when you start putting the scriptures out. Baby, look, listen. Let me give y'all a little lesson in how to cleanse y'all page from and rid yourselves from demonic activity. Speak the word of God. They will run like roaches. You understand me? They will run. They will flee. Okay? Check it out. Okay? Check it out. We Matthew 25:14, my favorite. Matthew 25. Let's go there real quick. Matthew 25. Let's go to 13. Matthew 25. Let me just leave that there because they're going to take me right to that. I just want to go to Matthew 25, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and scroll down. Let's go right here. Boom. It's going on down, okay? Now, the reason why I say the Lord rebuke you storytellers, because y'all notice that Jesus was a storyteller. Hello, somebody. So was Solomon. God gave you a story that you still ain't told, and that's why you broke. You're not doing what God asked you to do. Well, I don't want to write a story, my story. It's my story. I don't want nobody to know my business. Babe, it's not your story. Get over yourself. It's the story that God gave to you of victory, of overcoming, of triumph. It's not your story. And that's why you're going to remain broke because you ain't told it. We overcome by the blood already done. Christ did that and the word of our testimony. You ain't even said nothing, but carry on, okay? We'll carry on, okay? He always told stories. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like him, okay? Always told parables, okay? He always told them. He didn't come out and say, hey, look. So this is what this is. Watch, therefore, for you do not know the day or the hour wherein the Son of Man is going to come. For the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into a far country who called his own servants and delivered them unto his goods. Unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. Now, here's why I'm about to help y'all. Okay? Here's why I'm about to help y'all. Because God does not determine how much you're going to get. You do. God don't say whether you're going to be a millionaire or a billionaire or a trillionaire. You get to choose that. I'm about to prove it to you. And unto one he gave 5, and to another he gave 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability. If you can't handle $1 million, I'm not giving you $1 million. If you can't handle 100K, I'm not giving you 100K. I'm going to give you what you can handle. If I'm only giving you $1,000, $10,000, that's all you can handle. You can't handle $1 million. You cannot handle 100,000, 500,000. You understand? He gave to each man according to what they could handle. Okay? And look what the one who he gave 5 to. Okay? Then the one that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. What? They was trading in stocks and bonds back then? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Is investment really a part of God's plan? Yes, it is. Did it say he told him what to go do with his money? No, it did not. He gave him 5. And the reason he gave him 5 is because he was able to take the 5 that he had and make it 5 more. He gave to them according to their ability. Okay? And likewise, he that received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. Baby, that ain't yours. It belongs to the Lord. When you were born butt naked. You didn't even have clothes because those don't belong to you. The very breath that you breathe in does not belong to you. If God wanted to take his breath, the ruach, he could take it. So the one that received the 5 talents, he went and he traded and made back 10. And then the one who received 2, he went and traded and received 2 more. But the one that received 1, he went and he sat on his Lord's money. Lazy. Okay, let's check it out. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came back and he began to reason with them. And so the one that had 5 talents came and brought his other 5 talents, saying, Lord, you gave me 5 talents. Look, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. He that also received 2 came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. And his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. See, you knew that wasn't yours. It was mine. And what I gave you, you multiply that. So come on and enter, okay, into the joy of the Lord. Oh, what a day. What a day. Then he that received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I know that you are a hard man. You be reaping where you have not even sown, and you be gathering where you have not even planted. I was afraid. I was a coward. Okay? He didn't say he was lazy. He said he was afraid. He said he was a coward. I was afraid, and I just went and I hid your money in the earth. Look, right there. It's right there. Thou hast that, it is thine. It's right here. It's the same condition. Here it is back to you. I didn't mess it up. His Lord answered and said unto him, you wicked and slothful, lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I sow not. You know I reap where I sow not and gather where I have not planted. You should have, therefore, at least put my money in the bank. I've given my money to the exchangers. And then at my coming, I should have received my own usury, which is interest. Okay? Take therefore the talent that he got and give it to him that got 10 talents. For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he that have abundance, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away, even that which he have. And cast this unprofitable servant into outer darkness, hell, where there should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Period, point blank. I didn't say it, he did. I didn't say it, he did. When we can't do right by what God gave us, and he's dependent on us as men and women of this generation to save other generations, and God can't get our attention. And God can't use us because we too busy, we too tired for working for him and working for her, and we trying to keep up with this and trying to pay bills. We worried about this, that we forsake our kingdom, our purpose, what we were born here in this earth for. And we won't even give God a try. You might as well forget it. You might as well forget it. I want to play this real quick because I'm going to go use the ladies' room. I promise y'all I ain't going to hold y'all here no more than about 15, 20 minutes. If you hear when I get back, you hear when I get back. And if you're not, okay, that's how I feel about it. Straight up. Y'all want to still watch it? I don't even know if this, let me see if I got too many tabs going on or what. Because I don't know why this YouTube be acting real funky. Cole Medina. I really don't. Let's see if it'll play.
These are numbered.
I'll be right back, okay? Hopefully.
Time is limited. Your day.
Let me start it right here.
Nothing is going to change. Everything starts.
Come on, YouTube. Don't be stupid. I got to go to the ladies' room.
With a decision. Here is what we've got to come to grips with. Your time is limited. Your days are numbered. And you're moving so fast, wrapped in the swirl of business, distraction, and noise that you probably don't stop and think you are still here. It has been divinely orchestrated that you would hear me at this point in your life. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that the hand of God is on your life. I am proud of you. I'm proud that you're still listening to something that's life-giving, that would spark the ember of change in your heart. I'm proud of you. You made it this far out of every betrayal. You've been lied to. You've been stabbed in the back. You've gone through betrayal. You've gone through suffering and affliction. Some of you were left for dead, abandoned by people you thought would walk with you through this life. And they left you. And you're still here. You've been undervalued and overlooked and underpaid. And you're still here. And that counts for something. It is in the who you are becoming that matters more than what you are achieving. Legends understand the beauty and the brilliance of the process. They have a growth mindset. They know what to do, when to do it, and why they're doing it. And they've developed the daily habits that align with the outcomes that they believe they've been destined to have. And I can tell you that your life is a direct printout of your perspectives, your beliefs, your values. This is where our mindset, our beliefs, our thought, our patterns live in the mental layer, inside. And this is what determines my actions. What was passed down to us environmentally, generationally. This is the program we're running. It's all tethered to a belief system. Let me be clear. I don't think that something's wrong with you. It's not that you're a bad person. It's what's the program you are running? Can we start with the reality that most people think that this thing is about working harder and hustling and grinding and cold plunging at 3 a.m. You can cold plunge all you want. You can consistently do the wrong thing. If you're not seeing results in any area of your life, and you might be abundant in one, but totally living in lack and scarcity in another, it's because something in your program is not aligned with the plans and purposes of God for your life. This program that you've been running in your mind, it determines your decisions, your actions, your relationships, your finances, even your health. So here's what most people do. They try to work harder in the tangible realm. They think if they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have this nobody's gonna outwork me mentality, and I'm gonna sacrifice, and I'm gonna hustle, and I'm gonna grind, and it doesn't matter how tall the ladder is that you're climbing. If your ladder's up against the wrong building, everything you are doing is in vain. So we think if we grind and if we push ourselves, thinking that effort alone is the answer, but effort without alignment is a waste of energy.
Period. All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. Appreciate it. Hopefully I wasn't too long. But look, let's get down to business, okay? Because all of these things is going to affect us, I'm very passionate about it. I tell y'all this all the time. It's not for play. It's not for sympathy. I don't need your sympathy, okay? I need your strength. I need you to get up. I need you to get on board. I need you to get with the program. I need you to be aligned if you are aligned, okay? I need you to be a sister and a brother that's out here trying to preserve us as a human race. They're trying to change the way we have children. They are trying to rid us by 2300. There will not be no need for mankind. They're already telling us this stuff. How to have babies with AI. All of this grok, that new AI system that just came out is demonic on so many levels. The next time that I come here, I am going to do a live chat GPT presentation that's going to tell you, beloveds, that these people are coming for you. If the AI machine tells you that this is what the government's plan is for you, then it would be an absolute atrocity. We can stand. That's why I don't respect people that be like, yeah, I'm doing this for the ancestors. You ain't doing nothing for the ancestors at all. You're doing the opposite of what the ancestors died for. Literally. They didn't die for us to still be in bondage 2,000 years later. They did not die for us to be in bondage 100 years later. They did not die for us to be in bondage and captivity 50 years later. That's what they did not do. Okay. They didn't ask us to go out there and march with our fists in the air, screaming, "This life matter," when really in reality, until we start showing people that this life matter, it will never matter. Okay. Words to them mean absolutely nothing. The game was already rigged, been rigged. The game was already rigged for us to stay beneath. Simple as that. For them to be in charge, for them to be rulers over God's people, because they don't belong to them. Simple as that. And the way that they moving and the things that they got coming for your children, I tell y'all this all the time. They got minds. They got two. And that's too many. They do not need to come and get yours. And they coming for them in school with the literature. Things that God would never, ever approve of us to be reading to our children to be out here doing. That's on us. That's not on them to say, change a better legislation, or pass a better law, start caring about our kids, stop unaliving our kids, locking up our kids. They don't care about that. All you're going to do is get content off of that. Now, by our show of hands, who ready to get moving? Who ready to do what we were born to do and do it collectively with somebody that's going to fight with you, somebody that's going to build with you, somebody that's going to show you the way. I just need your permission in the chat. If not, goodbye. And I hate to be so blunt, but I am just that serious and that real. I do not have time to play. I do not have time to waste, whether I go by myself, and God ain't never called one man to go by himself except Christ. And even when Christ walked this earth, he had disciples, okay? He ain't never called for us to build anything by ourselves. It's too many of our people sitting on the sideline talking about some wow and some oh. And then got the audacity, you know who we are? We the real. Now, well, act like it. Stand up, okay? Stand up. If you are one that has been called and chosen to do something, I don't care if it's for you and your one child or you and your 10 children. It don't matter. If it's for you and your mama, if it's for your mama and your daddy, it don't matter. You've been called to do something. And I'm going to take 20 minutes to give y'all opportunities, because y'all hit my inboxes. Hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you do this? I need an emergency 911. Hey, you know what, Dr. T, I really ain't got this. I'm giving y'all opportunities. I'm not giving y'all handouts. I'm giving y'all hand ups. Period. Did nobody give me no handout? As much as the Lord loved me, and I know he loved me, and because I love him, as much as he loved me, even the Bible, even the word of God itself, says this right here, what I'm going to put on your screen. Okay? If Christ wanted to, when he walked the earth and people was like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm about to die, this is all I got for me and my kids, he could have been like, don't worry about it. I'm going to oil grow right now and let her live with her child, or bread make more. He didn't do that. He said, give me some first. Okay. Even the widow with the mite, who didn't even have nothing to give, he still made her give and said, this woman gave the greatest out of everybody who put something in there. Okay. Even Christ himself carried a money bag. In case y'all forgot, that's what Judas betrayed him behind. You understand? Why? Because money answereth all things. And if we are supposed to build this kingdom here on earth as it is in heaven, then how are we going to do that without money? Why is the church and the kingdom folks and the most powerful folks on planet earth the brokest, the poorest, the sickest, the depressedest, the anxiety-est? Why? Okay? Why? This is the reason why. Buy the truth and sell it not is a proverb found in the Bible, specifically Proverbs 23 and 23. It emphasizes the enduring value of truth, wisdom, and understanding, and it encourages individuals to acquire these virtues and hold on to them tenaciously. It suggests that these qualities are worth far more than any worldly gain and should not be exchanged for temporary or material advantages. Buy wisdom and sell it not. And while you're buying you some wisdom, buy you some understanding. Buy it. It says sell what you have and buy wisdom. Okay? In case you didn't know. I want y'all to go read the scriptures. Okay? Buy the truth and sell it not. Also get you some wisdom and instruction and understanding. Buy it. Even the world system operates off of biblical principles. That's why school ain't free. That's why you got to pay for it, because you are supposed to, you are commanded to buy you some wisdom. And while you're buying the wisdom, get you some instruction and some understanding. That's what you're told to do. Okay. If you want to get out of debt, get out of poverty, then you need to go buy the information to get you out. The problem is you don't know how to get out. That's why you need to buy the blueprint. Why do you think they call it wealthy secrets, wealth secrets, secrets of the wealthy? Because you can't get them unless you pay for them. Hello, somebody. With that being said, how many of y'all, since y'all ain't raised y'all hand, let me see if how many of y'all is still in the chat and y'all is y'all okay over here, okay? Let me see how many of y'all is okay at least. And then I'm going to get on up out y'all way. Because this is going to be, and I told y'all the other day, I don't owe anybody any affordability, and I'm not coming by here just repeatedly, redundantly, over and over and over, trying to help you to get on board. It's either you in or you out, okay? I'm going to still love you the same way. I'm going to still do what God tell me to do pertaining to his people. If you hungry, I have to feed you. If you thirsty, I have to give you something to drink. Other than that, I don't got to give you anything. I don't. I have gone into these people places which have made them commit financial terrorism against me, holding up my money, using platforms to deny me access. This is Satan's systems that are at work, coming up against me for trying to help other people get out of his snare and get out of this entanglement and bondage. So don't think for a second when I try to come and set and liberate families free that they wasn't going to come for my family or come for my finances. Or you want to be out here promoting that I have been through hell. Do you hear me? You don't even understand because I ain't even told you half of it. I have gone through hell, so I'm not here to play with nobody at all. Told y'all to get y'all credit fixed. Since cash is trash and credit is digital, credit is a digital tool, okay? You cannot hold credit. It only exists in a database online. They can pull your number, approve you, deny you based on what they see in the digital space. If you missed the sale the other day, that's on you and not on me. But I'm going to offer you another one and it ain't going to be the same, okay? Because yesterday's prices ain't today's. I have a credit sweep that will sweep your credit buck you naked clean. You understand me? So you can go get you some funding and some finances. I have showed y'all too many receipts of people going out here getting big bags. Well, didn't you say cash is trash? I did. Because you know what you can do with that $220,000, that $330,000, that $150,000, that $50,000, that $20,000. Do you know what you can go do with that? You can go buy you some assets and become wealthy in assets. You can definitely go start you a trust and get you some life insurance policies and still be having a whole lot left over. And then you go take that and you go buy you some real estate. I don't care if it's a single family home. I don't care if it's a tiny home. I don't care if it's a plot of land. You should go and buy you some, right? So now you got you some land. You got you something that you can actually leverage and make more money. But it all starts with your credit. I have the 4-day aggressive credit sweep that will sweep you clean in 4 days. And I'm going to give you the funding play. How to go get you $200,000 in funds once your credit is swept. Now, you ain't going to never find nothing that will aggressively sweep your credit in those 4 days. Never. But there is lots of people, including myself, and a whole host of other people that took advantage of it, and I done showed y'all receipts. I have it for $97. I done showed y'all receipts. The people are selling this sweep for $800, and you do it yourself. You can get it today with the $200K funding play to go get you some funds in a couple of weeks. For $97. That's called an investment. Remember, investors sow into their future because what they sow into is going to bring the money back in just a little bit. Anybody want that? Put a 1 in the chat. Not going to spend too much time there. One in the chat if you want the 4-day, all 3 bureau aggressive credit sweep where you bypass the credit bureaus and you go to the big dog and make a complaint against these credit bureaus for breaking the law on your behalf, keeping you locked out, keeping you denied, keeping you get not approved and not able to live the life and build the things that you want to do and have for you and your family. Put a 1 in the chat if you want that aggressive credit sweep. I know Sister Vermita was asking about the 7,500 done for you trade lines. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Hopefully I got it up here. Let me find it real quick. You try to tell my time. Let me find it because I know it's up here somewhere. If I can't find it here, I'm going to tell you exactly what, but I wanted to show you exactly how to use this 7,500. Let me see what this is. Hold on. No, that's not it. No weapon form. Let me see if it's over here. It won't. No matter what you do. All right, so this is $97, okay? This is a 7,500 done for you digital products. Everything is going digital, beloved. You got to have you something in the digital space. You got to have you something in the digital space. These are done for you digital products, okay? Literally, this is what's going to be delivered to you when you buy it, okay? You can turn around and sell it instantly. Everybody and their mama got to get on board with the digital wave. That's where this nation is going. You ain't gonna have no choice in the matter. Whether you like it or not, you got to get on board, okay? Anything in personal development, self-care, life planner, manifestation planner, stuff people buy every day. Self-love planner, personal growth, small business planner, Etsy shop planner, Shopify planner, a budget planner, craft business planner, manifestation bundle, prayer journal. It got everything in here that people buy. Okay. Pregnancy bundle, social media bundle, how to post, social media marketing. Okay. Debt tracker, credit tracker, savings tracker. It is fully loaded. Home property bundle, health and wellness, mental health bundle, 115 deep mental prompts, 100 deep anxiety prompts. Let me tell you right now that the market for anxiety right now, let me see if I can show y'all what the market for anxiety is. Let me see if I can show y'all this right now real quick. Just go back in between two. All right, so we're going to show you this right here. We're going to go up in health, prostate. Here you go right here. 3-day insomnia fix. Fall asleep in 7 minutes without pills or potion. Okay, this is for people that got anxiety. Now let me scroll across and show you how many people are looking for anxiety, how to get help with dealing with anxiety and falling asleep. 250,000 people. The search results is high for sleep solutions, always in demand. Okay, dealing with anxiety. Now over here on this done for you digital product, you have something that addresses that. Okay, right here, 100 deep anxiety prompts. You can say, here is 100 deep anxiety prompts that will help you sleeping like a baby or help you, overcome anxiety or whatever it is you want. It's already done for you. So now let me show you how this would work. You buy it, you click on it, just like that. Now let me go ahead and share with you what it's going to look like once you click. And I said I didn't have a whole bunch of time, but I wanted to show you how this works since you asked me. Once you click on it, it's going to open up over here in Canva. It's going to say anxiety prompts, view the template. Just waiting on it to generate. And then we're going to open this up in the editor. Okay. Canva, be quiet. Y'all always want some money. So this is what it's going to look like. It's already done for you. Here's the prompts. How have you been feeling lately? This is something for them to journal, right? I can take these prompts into ChatGPT. It's already done for them, okay? They have where they can actually write in their journal thereafter, okay? This is a mental check for them. You can sell it as is. All you would have to do is hit share and download the link. It's ready to sell. But if you actually wanted to come over here and change anything up, you can click on that like that. You can add your name by Dr. Tawana. You can add your name by whatever your name is. But say, I just wanted to change the image. I'm going to scroll on down here. I'm going to highlight that so it knows that I want to change the photo. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select photos. I'm going to search for anxiety. African, I'm going to say my targeted audience is African Americans. Okay, I'm going to hit search. It's going to give me a bunch of photos that I can choose from. So I can choose any one of these that represent or depict what it is that I'm going for, like this one. Okay, so I can choose that one. Now that one ends up over here. Actually, I did that wrong. What I'm going to do is highlight this one, and I'm just going to drag this over here like that. Because, boom, we're done. Okay? 100 deep anxiety prompts. I'm ready. I'm ready. If I want to add text, then I come back over here, and I hit add text. And then I'll just add a little subheading and say, by Dr. Tawana Worlds. Period. Okay? And then I'll just drag that on right on down there. And boom, that's my book. I'm ready to sell. Everything in here is 7,500 done for you digital products. And that is how simple it is. If you want to change it, you can. If you don't want to change it, you don't have to. You have 7,500 digital products to sell right here, right now, on demand. Can't say I don't have no money, because everything that people need has already been put in here. Everything that people is buying, it has already been data done on it to know exactly what people is wanting. How to start a business, how to start a faceless Instagram, how to start a faceless YouTube. Everything is in here. Fully loaded, $97. Put it two in the chat if you want that. If you sold everything in this bundle for $97, you would have $750,000. If you sold all 7,500 individually, you got so many to work with. Today, I'm going to sell pregnancy. Tomorrow, I'm going to sell diabetes. Next day, I'm going to sell debt management. Next day, I'm going to sell self-care. Whatever you want to sell every day, you got something to sell every day. Okay? So you never run out of stuff. If you sold all of that inside of that package for $47, you would have $350,000, $325,000. Just selling each product at $47. It shows you how to sell them without even selling them. Literally. I could take that book and say, baby, this book is the bomb. It has helped me in 2 days regulate my mind, get my mind all the way right, help me overcome anxiety. And I'm just getting started. Other people dealing with anxiety be like, girl, how you get that? I want that. Can I buy that? You can sell without selling. So that is $97 for that. Okay. Also, I have a 30-day boot camp, but I'm thinking about making it longer than that. Okay. It is $47. We meet. This is where we're going to get our mind together spiritually. We're going to get our mouth together to match our mind. As a man thinketh, so is he. I can't be thinking that I'm rich and then speaking that I'm poor. I can't be thinking that I'm healed and then speaking that I'm sick. When we change our mind, we change our mouth. And when we change our mind and our mouth, we change our money. And this is a boot camp, right? Where you are going to use the power of your words because God gave you power to use them. You're going to use your mindset to come into alignment with God so that you can start fulfilling the purpose, get in agreement with heaven so heaven can back you. And then your words will begin to reflect what is coming out of your heart. So that is 30 days. The last time I'm going to offer it at $47. It goes automatically up to $97. That's $1 a day. And a matter of fact, I'm going to make it $97. That is $1 a day. I said 30 days, but it could go on longer. Just depends on how long the Lord sends us there. Okay. But time-wise, I got to put a time limit on it. 30 days to change your mind, your mouth, and your money. Guaranteed. $97, which is $1 every day for you to change your future, change your finances, and change your family. Okay. That is one small investment with a big return on that investment for $97. Okay. Coloring books workshops. Now, I showed y'all that you making 6 figures on coloring books. Take your happy, beautiful self over there on TikTok and sell the John Hancock out of these books. You understand? This is what I get my kids for birthdays and for gifts. My children now have 12 coloring books. I made them all with AI. Okay. Sell them on Amazon KDP. I'm going to show you what they look like. Here's one. Okay. 10 pages. Here's one. Building his kingdom is spiritual. Okay. Here's another one, building his kingdom. Here's one for ADHD. If you want to know about legends in hip hop, where you come from, what kind of music, okay? It's okay to have feelings for children with autism and they don't know how to express themselves, okay? How are we going to get over anxiety for children? Have some other in here. This one came out of, I have so much stuff in here, Lord. This planner came out of that 7,500 bundle. So did this pregnancy journal come from out of there. So did this pen to profit come from out of there. Okay. How to make money online come from out of there. Stuff that I'm teaching you, I do it myself. Okay. I do it myself. Here's a planner for ADHD, come from out of there. Okay. How to go viral on Reels, come from out of there. But not only do my children have books, they also have YouTube channels, animated kid story YouTube channels. All right. So I am teaching how to make 6 figures from coloring books, how to create them, how to go and upload them on Amazon, how to start getting paid for your books, how also to advertise your books on a platform, make you $1,000 a day selling children's coloring books. They don't even have to be children's coloring books. They can be relationship, real estate. I have a whole coloring book that just expresses my business using artificial intelligence in my business. Okay. So I have that for $97 as well. I'm almost done because I gotta get up out of here. And when I say I'm almost done, I'm really almost done. I ain't gonna hold y'all no more than about 5 more minutes. I said 20, and we already 4 minutes over that, so I ain't gonna hold y'all no more than about 5 minutes. Okay. I have 2 done for you Shopify stores. This is where you would literally get a store built for you, digital store built for you that is in business 24 hours while you are asleep, while you're at work, while you messing with your children. This store is doing everything it needs for you. The products are added, okay, for you. We pick the top products. We know what is being bought, what is being bought in demand, what is being sought after, and it'd be some of the craziest things that we think people would want. They want, okay? They want ninjas, they want blenders, they want different things of that sort. So we pick the top winning products, we put that on your site, which will be handed over to you. Not only do we put that on your site, we start your advertising. We start creating your reels. We start creating your what do you call it, short form content. We start creating your long form content. We do it all for you, and then we market. We run ads. We market. We go crazy with selling your product. When we hand it to you, 7 to 10, I'm gonna say 10 days. Okay, 10 days, only because this young lady had an accident and broke one of the biggest bones in her body. Okay, so I'm gonna say 10 days. But you can have this built out for you in 10 days, handed to you, and 24 hours later, you are in sales. Simple as that. There is only 2 spots available at $997. She didn't already change the prices to $2,500, so that's why I ain't been on here advertising. Not hating on her or none of that. I just haven't been advertising it. She gave us an opportunity to put some of our people on. Came out here and did that. She raised up her prices. I am mad at her. If something is going to make you money, somebody's going to build you an ATM machine. I don't care what it costs. That I can get money out of that bad boy every day. I don't care what it costs. And just because of a situation, I am selling 2 stores for $1,000, $997, fully done for you, fully automated. Okay. Everything done for you from start to finish. Only thing you would need to do, okay, outside of this, is to go in. You're put in a group, and if you need to hit press on complete payment, because sometimes people be like, "Oh, I didn't see my sales." They didn't go in their back office to see you got 16 sales back there. Push complete so your money can go to your account and their product can be sent out. That's it. But outside of that, you ain't got to do nothing else. I have that for $997. See what else I'm going to offer. I'm trying to see what else I'm going to offer. I do want to say for Los Angeles, a Kingdom Currency event, which will be hosted live in Los Angeles, California, 22nd and the 23rd. If you can get in that room, baby, don't you delay getting in that room. You understand? It's $97 for both days. Actually, I take that back. Early bird pricing is over, which was $97. It's $197 to get in for both days, right? Telling you you're gonna be in a room. It's gonna be electronically charged, not meaning AI and artificial intelligence. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about the Spirit of God. It's going to be in charge. It's going to be charging you, charging us. We're going to learn lots. Trust, land, crypto, stocks, credit, funding, you name it. We're going to be in there laying y'all real thick like MAC lip gloss in the building. If you cannot come in person, that's why we took the early bird pricing off of there. You can get a virtual ticket, general admission for $97 to attend virtually That's only if you can't get in the room. I'm going to just tell you right now. Virtually, you get information. In person, you get transformation. Okay? Simple as that. You get charged up. You got brothers and sisters in there that's going to say, you don't know what miracles will happen in that room. You do not know what connections will be made in that room. So if you can get in the room, get in the room. Regular admission is $197 in person. Diamond is $297. Your meals are included. You get preferred seating. Okay. You get to come in, sit down, get seated before everybody else does outside of the VIPs. Okay. But you get in the room present. We're going to have some phenomenal speakers. We're going to have a good time in God. We're going to have the word and wealth come hand in hand in an explosion. Literally. In that place. Anytime we do these events, they always next level. That's why we ain't did one in 2 years. But we're getting ready to host our first one in 2 years on the 22nd and the 23rd. I kid you not. You go back and watch any video that we've done, people will tell you it's electrifying. We can experience it, and they make commentary about it all the time. We had a good time. They don't be wanting to get off, but it's a totally different experience. So I wanted to put that out there right now. In-person tickets are officially $197 for both days. Okay, if you missed the early bird sale, shame on you. But you also can get in on the virtual early bird, which has now been opened as of yesterday for $97. Secure your tickets, okay? Let's see what else I'm going to offer on here. I got so much. I'm gonna offer the VIP day, okay? I have a VIP day coming up after we get through with this conference. I'm only taking a handful of people. I am going to take you to some land out here in Texas, okay, that has waterfront. You can use this as a cabin retreat. You can use this as an Airbnb. You can use it as whatever you want to. You can build on it. But I am going to. Ooh, felt like I had to sneeze. We're going to come in Texas, have a VIP day. We're going to look at this land. And not only that, I am going to connect you with 2 people that could build you or either deliver tiny homes for the low. Even if you don't stay in Texas, don't want to live in Texas, don't want to have your family in Texas, you ain't got to. I'm going to show you how to get to the bag, even with bad credit. The lowest you can have is like a 575. If you're not there, we're going to show you how to boost that bad boy completely up rapidly in 7 to 14 days. Get approved for that, right? You can get approved for 2 or 3 of them. Now you in passive income. Okay, now you are in passive income. I have only 5 spots where I am going to take you, spend a day with me. We're going to go out and scout the land. And we're not only going to go out and scout the land, but we're going to make some moves. Okay, you're going to have a blueprint or you're going to have a bill of sale. One of the two for this VIP day. And I'm only taking 5, okay? It is also $1,000 investment. Make sure you eat. Make sure you're taken care of. But I need y'all to come see this. I need you to get from behind your cameras, get out of your comfortability. I need y'all to come get some of this land that all these other people, foreigners included, is buying up. I only have 5 spots. It's not for me. It's for you. I'm going to show you where the land play is at. And not only that, I'm going to show you how to literally get rich off of dirt. I'm going to show you how to get rich off of dirt. So I have the VIP day. It is with myself, only 5 people. It is $1,000, okay? I am going to make sure that you have the time of your life as well as get educated, impact, empowered, and ready to execute. I'm coming right now, Pop. I promise you I am. What else did I want to offer? I did see it on here. Okay, here we go. The mentorship. We have an international automated mentorship. Okay. Everything that is happening in America, the safest and wise thing that I would do, that we all should do, is cast our seed across the waters. That's Ecclesiastes 11 and 1. Y'all go read it for yourself. The Bible tells us to invest in foreign currency, foreign trade, foreign land. We got to invest. I am teaching how to actually start a business totally automated without you having to be anywhere near Africa if you don't want to be, anywhere near the Dominican Republic, anywhere near Puerto Rico. Okay. There's a lot of places, Bali, Thailand. There's so many different places we can start these automated businesses abroad. Okay. $497 for that mentorship. And we're starting really, really soon. I also have I have an opportunity. It's gonna be the last one, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm not gonna go over all of this, okay? Because I got opportunities for days. But I'm going to say this: if you need to get funded and you don't know where to start, say, "Hey, my credit might not be the best opportunity. I don't know where to get started. Let me go get you some money that don't require no high credit score on the front end." This is a done for you situation. We will get you funded on the front end. We will fix your credit in the middle, and then we will go and get you funded on the back end. We know exactly how your profile needs to look. That is why we will take the time to get your credit profile all the way together. And your involvement will be in it because we don't want to handle your personal stuff and all of that stuff, right? But you get us the information that we need, we take it from there. We make sure that we address the credit bureaus using consumer law. Okay. We add trade lines to boost your credit so that we can get you to a 720. Once we get you to a 720, then we're going to go ahead and get that big, super gigantic, extra large bag. But you ain't going to have nothing to worry about because you already got a bag on the front end while you're waiting to get the bag on the back end. I said and have been charging $2,000 for this. I will only allow 2 of y'all to take advantage of that opportunity for 1K. Okay. I'm only going to, and this is out of pure compassion and pure just, I love to be able to serve, and y'all be hitting my inbox so much y'all need money right away. This is how I can serve y'all. I will do it for you if you don't have the time or you don't know what to do. Okay, you're going to pay me to do it, and most of the investment is going to go into making sure that I got the system right for you to get your credit, send off your disputes, do the whole 9 yards. Okay. That being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all stay safe out here in these American streets. Y'all stay safe out here because they coming for you. And that ain't what I said. That's what they said. They're coming for you and I. There's going to be 2 type of people. People that's going to go willingly and get caught up, and people that's going to say, nah, we good. We've had enough of that and we built our own, so we don't need anything. Remember, the beast system will affect those who buy, sell, or trade, not those who invest. That's what his whole goal is, to lock you out of commerce because you won't accept the mark. And if you knew what I knew, you would be on this like yesteryear. They are planning on releasing this stuff next year, the beginning, early part of 2026. It's absolutely a mess. Before inflation hit, I told people in the summertime of June 2022 or 2023, before it hit its highest, I told them. Why? Because I'm in inner circles where I get insight to tell y'all ahead of time how to prepare and how to position yourself. That's all I got for y'all. Instagram, you interested? Go ahead and hit the DM because you can't see the information that they see over here, okay? But the information is on the screen. Make your payment, include your email, and let's go. It's that simple. If you got to go burn sage on it, think about it, dance around on it, whatever you got to do, then listen, boo, it's not your time. It's really not your time. If you got to gamble on yourself and you don't think you're worth the investment, it's not your time. It looks good on you doing what you've been doing. And how's that been working? But if you are ready and you serious to let somebody take you by your hand and lead you into your financial promised land, information is on the bottom of the screen, right above the ticker, and it's also in the description of this video. For y'all over here, you can go ahead and DM me. I will not be bothering y'all, okay? I will not be bothering y'all. I have some other mentorships that I'm not going to spend any more time on this live going over. But no, I have been released to let y'all go. I have been released to let y'all go. I have seen people that I try to help perishing. Why? Because God showed it to me to prepare me so I wouldn't be devastated. So I am making peace with that. As long as God knows I do my part. I will not forsake him and not do my part and tell my people. That's what I will not do. With that being said, I love y'all. I'll see you next time.